Hi everybody. In this video, I wanted to share with you guys a thread that I found on Reddit about someone who recently discovered their risk tolerance. So in this video, let's talk about risk tolerance. I'm on Investopedia right now, and here we will find the definition of risk tolerance. So what is risk tolerance? Risk tolerance is the degree of variability in investment returns that an investor is willing to withstand in their financial planning. Risk tolerance is an important component in investing. You should have a realistic understanding of your ability and willingness to stomach large swings in the value of your investments. If you take on too much risk, you might panic and sell at the wrong time. So it's basically, has to do with how much you could stomach variability in your investments. When things go down a lot and crash, when things go up a lot, you have to have high risk tolerance in order to stomach that. Now let's look at the post that I found. I finally understand risk tolerance. I've only been investing for a year. While doing my research, I kept seeing the phrase, depending on your risk tolerance, but I didn't understand what it meant. For me, there's a magic number of safe reserve money. I reached that number and found I don't care what the invested money is doing. It's up, it's down, it doesn't matter. For me, this is my risk tolerance. I think this applies to the types of investments you make. There's a person-specific level where you can go about your day without clicking on what market watch 12 times. I hate the stock market and I hated giving a crap what the markets did day to day. If I ever start to care about the market again, I will just put more money aside until I don't. Not sure what the point of this post is, just sharing my experience, I guess. And maybe it will help other people who hate the irrational market and the outsized influence it has on modern life. Let's look at some of the comments. The issue with risk tolerance is that when it's 2020 and stocks only go up, everyone's risk tolerance is high. You almost have to think about risk tolerance in the midst of a scenario like this month and go on that. Sorry to hear that you had a bad experience with investing, but hope you'll reconsider. This month is how I figured out my risk tolerance. Accounts dropped about 10%, but it didn't bother me. Saw experts saying it could drop 10% more. Don't think that will bother me either, at least not in a way that will affect my mood. So yeah, I think this is a good point right here. During a time when stocks only go up, people aren't really going to understand what their risk tolerance is. It's only during bad times like now when things are crashing where people will really feel the pain and they'll understand how much they can actually stomach. I think it comes with experience. If you've only been investing for like 6 months, I don't think you're really going to understand what your personal risk tolerance is. You really have to go through the ups and downs and see how you personally react to that. Now, me personally, I know for sure I have very high risk tolerance. But I've been investing for years, and I've been through ups and downs, so I understand that about myself. I understand how I react when things go bad. I think it's just something that you have to learn through experience, and you find out how you feel about things, and then just using that information, you can build your portfolio going forward depending on your risk tolerance. Something else that this reminded me of, funny enough, it was Control the Narrative, The Legend of Guh. So this was a story from Wall Street Bets, and basically Control the Narrative over leveraged and borrowed like $50,000 worth of money and then put it all on Apple puts. And then Apple earnings were good, so Apple went up, and then he lost all his money. And that's how he reacted, because he was devastated, obviously. And if you haven't seen this video yet, I recommend that you watch it. Guh, The Legend of Control the Narrative. A peak Wall Street Bets hero. from Kamikaze Cash. Really good video to learn about some of the history and the memes. But yeah, he said something like he leverages the money enough to fit his own personal risk tolerance, but that was a lie. Or rather, perhaps he's so new to it that he didn't really understand what his risk tolerance even is. He didn't even know it yet. But then after he lost all his money, by losing all his money on the Apple puts, seeing his reaction, it's pretty obvious that his risk tolerance isn't as high as he thought it was. But he didn't know that beforehand. He had to lose the money first, and then he discovered, okay, this actually devastated me, and my risk tolerance isn't that high after all. So yeah, there have been times where I lost a lot of money, and I saw how I reacted, and a lot of the times, I was able to take it just fine. Like, I was able to stomach it. And because of that, I got a better understanding of what my risk tolerance is. I'm willing to risk a lot of money in order to make my gains, so that's what I do personally. For most people I know, honestly, most people have low risk tolerance. And I feel like some people, they either don't even know what their risk tolerance is because they're so new. But during times like right now, like when things are going down hard, this time is the type of time where people figure out what their risk tolerance is. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys. I thought it was pretty interesting and wanted to talk about it. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.